first job of the day is to shift the gravel that was left over from last week. We're putting some of it in the bottom of the trench around the house to get rid of it, and the rest of it will need to be moved because this week the mission is to complete the French drain. However, this guy is right in the way because we need to carry on, extend the trench all the way down here to a soak away around here. So last week we poured our new concrete floor inside the tiny house and it was a slog, doing it all by hand. Victoria manning the 2 cement mixers, and I think she counted somewhere around 55 mixes that we got in. So that's all curing nicely. And let me tell you, it feels very good to have that big job behind us. And it would have been nice this week to have a bit of an easier going week, particularly on the bodies. But our French drain goodies that we've been waiting for since before Christmas arrived, so we want to get them in, get those trenches filled. We've got some busy rodents under here.
I know, they've migrated off of the vegetable garden and come and found better territory.
Well, they can stay down here.
Ay, 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 ay. Shake them, not stay.
So I'm hoping that this kind of trench extension out to the soakaway is going to be a bit easier to dig because we're away from the house now. When we dug around the house, it's obviously full of stone, whereas this hopefully is just going to be soil and a bit softer. So fingers crossed we can use the auger machine and not have to do all of it by hand.
So we've probably got about halfway along this trench and the augers maybe made it a bit easier, although I'm not completely convinced that Ricky's back agrees with me. We have hit one area of stone though, so we are going to have to get the old jackhammer out for that, but I think we'll get the rest of the ditch done and then tackle that problem.
Okay, so that's the trench dug as well as the hole for the soakaway. So the plan with that big hole that I've just dug is to put in a few of these, stack a few of those up, holes in the side to knock out for the pipe to go through, and then lid on top. I just need to go and have a bit of a break after that, rehydrate, because it's a hottie. You would literally never guess it was January. That's one thing that always amazes the pair of us here, is that you can go from mornings like this morning where it was -2 and frosty, to then the second the sun comes out, it's so intense. T-shirt weather, baby. Bobby, come.
This week we've partnered with Wild. They make a range of deodorants, lip balms and body washes that are gentle on your skin, but also the planet. And look at this, how beautiful. I absolutely love this colour. They have compostable refills to use in your own personalised, reusable case, and they don't use any single-use plastics. My favourite scent has got to be the coconut and vanilla. It just smells heavenly, which means that so do my armpits, even after a day of slogging it out, working on the house. Ricky's got one too, but he's got his in the very manly black case. They're full of natural ingredients that are kind to your skin, like shea butter, coconut oil, plus they're vegan and cruelty-free. And they don't contain any harsh chemicals or aluminium salts or parabens. With their convenient subscription service, you can have your refills sent straight to your door, and it's really flexible, so you can also pause it and try new scents whenever you want to. I've been using the deodorant for several weeks now, and I've really put it to the test. Had I not tried it for myself, I don't think I'd have believed quite how effective it was going to be, but it really does keep you fresh all day without the need for any top-ups, so you should definitely give it a go. For a limited time only, Wild are giving our viewers 20% off all Wild products. Click the link in our description or use the QR code on the screen and use our code LIVING20 to get your discount. Before we install the inspection box in the end, we just want to make sure that the fall is right all the way along this ditch, because we don't want any low spots where it's potentially going to puddle. How are we looking so far?
Good. It's actually got way more of a slope because it's going with the land.
Nice.
Yeah, happy days. Okay, so we've got mortar mixed ready to get these inspection boxes in. The hole for the soakaway is now probably about a third full of gravel. We'll put some more in a bit later. So now we need to get these concrete boxes picked up and lowered into the hole. And I think this is going to be a bit tricky because they are deceptively heavy. Go on, Guns.
It's all in here. But that bit's all right. Gotta pull something. Not doing this single-handedly.
Right. Just realised before we can move it, need to try and knock a hole in this. So yeah, gonna give it a go with a hammer, see if that does it, and if not, we might have to drill. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to knock out a bit of both. Glasses. Oh.
Has that cracked it?
Yeah, it's cracked right the way through.
Oh no, at least we've got spares. Hand tools are out and big boys are in. Yes?
Yeah, which one am I? The tool or the big boy? Yep.
Oh, that was controlled.
Yeah. We ran out of time yesterday, so we didn't get quite as far as we wanted to. So we're picking back up this morning where we left off. Victoria's just mixed up some more mortar and I've cut down some more of the concrete boxes because before we fill the French drain in with gravel and put the pipe in, we've got a few areas that we need to lay out for utilities. So this area down here on the back is where we're going to have utilities coming in. So because we're going to be filling this up with gravel and we're not at the point to have the utilities come in yet, we're going to put a box there to kind of hold that space free to allow us to work. And then we're doing the same thing around here on the side. I don't know if you can see, it's quite dark, but around here is where we're going to have our soil pipe and waste pipe come out. And then it's going to head off that way to go to the septic.
The poop chute.
So here's the finished soak-away chamber. We just need to backfill all around here, but I'll do that another day once the mortar's had a bit more time to go off. Stick a bit more gravel in the middle. And we've also got a lid. It just pops on the top like that. This needs bedding in. We need to fix it down to these and then bed it in with mortar, but I think that's going to be a job for another day because we haven't got time to do that right now. It's not strictly necessary to have this. You can just have it kind of drain off underground, but because we don't have any inspection points along the drain itself, we kind of figured if we can have this to poke in there and maybe get a rod up the pipe if we have to unblock it, because the last thing we want is for the drain to get blocked and for us to not be able to do anything to resolve it. Perfect.
Right, they're in, and we've timed that pretty much to perfection because we need to pop out to the city because we've got an appointment. The cement needs a bit of time to go off anyway, so we'll leave it for tonight and we'll pick you back up in the morning.
I wasn't expecting that to go that smoothly.
I think I'll have more luck chewing this. Have you got the Stanley? These aren't working at all.
So we're up bright and early this morning, and this is going to be the final push where we start to bring all of the pieces, all the components together and get this French drain wrapped up, quite literally. So we've just had to add some wooden shutter into this side of the trench because, as you can see, we still need to bring the ground level up here. So the plan is to get the drain done first, then backfill this and bring it all up to the same level. This stuff here is a very thick non-woven fabric, and what this does is effectively stops any soil, dirt, debris going in and clogging up the drain. We're just trying to figure out how much extra to add on to navigate around this with kind of one piece and make sure we've got enough to get to the end wall, to that next inspection box.
Yeah, it's a bit tricky because it's going to be quite tight, but then it's also got to quite quickly get back on course, so...
I mean, I think we just go overboard and we can just cut the excess off.
Yeah, better to have too much than too little.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to be short of fabric. We are barely going to touch this. There is so much there.
Yeah, we didn't order that size. It's just that the other size we ordered was more appropriate for the job we've got to do, but that was out of stock, so they sent us that one for free, so... Well, not for free. We paid for the small one. You get the drift.
Yeah, if we come around here.
Bigger than well. This is our big old roll of pipe.
Yeah, it's a chunky thing. Need to be careful carrying this around. You're going to end up with a Indiana Jones situation. So this is a 100mm like drainage pipe specifically for drainage. It's got little slots all the way around it so water can pass through it and get carried away. So we've gone for kind of a double whammy here for protection. So you can just put the raw plastic pipe inside the drain if you're doing the non-woven fabric kind of burrito like we're doing around the house. We've also got it wrapping the pipe because as soon as it gets out of this burrito and it goes down towards where the soakaway is, that part there is not going to have the woven fabric in, so this will do the job of making sure it doesn't get clogged.
Because we don't want a clogged pipe.
Nobody wants a clogged pipe. I have to get a colonic.
You'd never be the same with that pipe.
So the pipe is laid. Okay, so it starts at the highest point here. This is going to be poking out the ground for now, but there is going to be a fitting and that's going to be cut back to ground level with a lid. Then it passes all the way down through this first box here, which is where our water and electric is going to come in above this pipe. It then continues its path around the corner through the next box where we're going to have our waste pipes coming out. Then it's going to be taken all the way away from the house down to our box in the end and soak away into gravel.
There are a couple of spots where it's sitting a bit high because it's buckled up, but I think if we get some gravel in, weigh it down, and then that'll be all right to check the fall.
I don't know what's happened, but here along the back it's just level. We just seem to have lost the fall.
Right, maybe from the gravel we used under the fabric.
Maybe, but it seems to be literally from right near the corner to basically just the other side of this inspection box. So I think we're going to have to put a bit of gravel underneath this, work our way back until we get the right gradient.
Good job that gravel is one thing we've got plenty of.
Okay, that's all good. Everything is secured. There are no kind of spots where when we put gravel on the pipe's going to bend down. Everything is supported. We've checked the fall everywhere. So now there's nothing left to do but backfill this whole trench. It's just dawned on us both that we've gone this entire video so far making the assumption that everybody watching knows what a French drain is. So if you don't, first thing you need to know is it's not because it came from France, it's because the person who came up with it is called Henry French. And the premise is that rain falls down, passes through this fabric's to stop soil and things clogging up the drain. It then runs its way through the gravel down to the bottom. Then as the trench fills up, it goes through the holes in the pipe and carries the water away. We've made a strong start filling this back in, so we're both just determined now to press on and get it finished. So there we have it. The drain is complete. Hopefully that's now going to do the job of taking away any water away from the tiny house's foundations. But like we've said before, you know, once the project is complete, this is just going to be a second line of defense really, because we are going to have kind of a hard standing on top that's going to hopefully move all that surface water away from the building anyway.
Yeah, that's another big job ticked off. That's 2 on the bounce. We're doing good, kid.
2025 starting strong. See you next week.